I am 75 years old. If you are 20 or 30 or 40, I need you to stop. Put down whatever you are holding. Turn off the television. Close the door. Listen to me. I am not speaking to you from a place of wisdom. I am speaking to you from a place of ruin. I look at my hands resting on this mahogany desk. They are spotted with age, the skin thin like parchment. These hands made a lot of money. They signed mortgage papers. They steered luxury cars. They paid for college tuitions. But for 40 years, these hands rarely touched my wife with anything resembling passion. For 40 years, they were cold.
I did the math this morning. I woke up at 4 a.m., as I always do now, and I did the math. 40 years of marriage. That is roughly 14,600 days. 14,600 mornings, waking up next to a stranger. 14,600 dinners, eaten in a silence so loud it made my ears ring. I am a coward. That is the only word for it. I sacrificed my one and only life on the altar of good enough. And now, sitting in this big, beautiful, empty house, I realize that good enough is the exact place where your soul goes to die. Let me tell you how the trap works. Because it doesn't look like a trap. It looks like a life. It was 1,974. I was 24. She was 22. We didn't have a burning romance. We didn't have that feeling where you can't breathe if you're not touching. We had logic. We made sense. Our parents knew each other. We went to the same church. She was kind. I was hardworking. Everyone said, "You two are perfect." We confused compatibility with chemistry. We confused safety with love. I remember standing at the altar. I didn't feel fear, but I didn't feel excitement either. I felt inevitability. I felt like I was stepping onto a train because the schedule said it was time to leave, not because I wanted to go to the destination. The first 5 years were a blur of checking boxes. Buy the starter home, paint the nursery, get the promotion, buy the station wagon. We were busy, and when you are busy, you don't have to look at each other. You don't have to acknowledge the void between you. But then the dust settled. The kids went to school. The career stabilized. And there we were, just the two of us in a room. That's when the silence started. It wasn't a peaceful silence. It was a heavy, suffocating thing. It was a physical weight. I would come home from work at 6 p.m. I would pull into the driveway, turn off the engine, and just sit there. I spent thousands of hours in my driveway. I would grip the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white, staring at the front door of my own house, dreading the moment I had to walk through it. I wasn't afraid of abuse. There was no screaming. There was no fighting. It was worse than that. It was nothingness. I dreaded the question, "How was your day?" because I knew the answer didn't matter. I dreaded the polite, robotic dinner conversation. Pass the salt. Did you pay the electric bill? The car needs oil. We were running a corporation, not a marriage. We were business partners in the business of the family. But I stayed. Why? Why did I throw away 4 decades? Because of the big lie. The big lie is what you tell yourself at 2 a.m. when you can't sleep. It sounds like this. At least she's a good mother. At least we have financial security. At least I'm not alone. Marriage is supposed to be hard work. I hid behind the concept of duty. I told myself I was a good man because I didn't leave. I was a provider. I brought home the paycheck. I mowed the lawn. I fixed the leaky faucet. I thought that was enough. I convinced myself that happiness was a fairy tale for children and that adults settled for stability. I wore my unhappiness like a heavy coat, telling myself it kept me warm. But the children, God, the children, we use them as the excuse. We are staying together for the kids. It is the most common lie in the world. I have a son and a daughter. They are in their 40s now, and I see the damage I did to them written in their own lives. I remember when my son was 10, we were watching a movie. There was a scene where the husband kissed the wife, a real, passionate kiss. My son looked at the screen, then looked at me, then looked at his mother on the other end of the couch. He looked confused. He had never seen his father kiss his mother like that. Not once. He learned that love is distance. He learned that intimacy is something that happens in movies, not in living rooms. Now, he is twice divorced. He pushes women away as soon as they get too close. He mimics the coldness he grew up in. I built the architecture of his loneliness, and my daughter, she married a man exactly like me. A good provider, a nice man, a man who looks right through her. I visit them, and I see the same silence in their kitchen that was in mine. I see the light dying in her eyes, just like it died in her mother's. I didn't protect them by staying. I infected them. The end came 7 years ago. My wife died of a sudden aneurysm. It was quick. 1 minute she was gardening, the next she was gone. And I have to confess something to you. Something dark. When the funeral was over, when the guests had eaten the potato salad and left, when the last casserole dish was put away, I sat in the living room alone, and I didn't feel grief. I felt relief. I felt like I had been holding my breath for 40 years, and I finally exhaled. And that feeling of relief broke me. It shattered me. I sat there and wept, not because I missed her, but because I realized I had wasted her life too. I had robbed that woman. She deserved to be loved. She deserved to be looked at with desire. She deserved a husband who rushed home to see her, not one who hid in the driveway. By staying, I didn't just kill my own joy. I suffocated hers. We were two polite thieves, stealing time from each other until the clock ran out. Now, I am 75. I have money. I have a nice car. I have this quiet house, and I would trade every single cent of it to be 30 years old again for just 5 minutes. So, please, listen to the wisdom of a dying man. I have 3 things to tell you. First, comfort is a slow poison. We are wired to seek comfort. But love is not comfortable. Love is raw. Love is terrifying. Love should make you feel alive, not just safe. If you are in a relationship where the primary feeling is safety, but there is no passion, no connection, no spark, you are in danger. You are in the comfort trap. Do not settle for a roommate you are married to. Do not settle for fine. Fine is the enemy of great. Fine is the waiting room for death. If the fire is out, you have 2 choices. You either burn the house down trying to reignite it, go to therapy, fight for it, scream, cry, do whatever it takes, or you walk away. Walking away is hard. It is terrifying. It will tear your life apart for a while, but staying in a dead marriage is a slow suicide. It is a death by 1,000 unkissed mornings. Second, your children need to see you happy, not just present. You are not doing your kids a favor by modeling a loveless marriage. You are teaching them that it is normal to be miserable. You are teaching them to settle. If you leave, they might be sad for a year. If you stay, you might damage their understanding of love for a lifetime. It is better to be from a broken home than to live in one. Show your children that you respect yourself enough to demand happiness. Show them that life is too short to be endured. Show them what courage looks like. Third, and this is the most important, you cannot buy back time. I used to say, I'll deal with this later. Maybe next year. Maybe when the kids graduate. There is no later. Later is a myth. I blinked, and I was 50. I blinked again, and I was 70. The decades slide by like water. You think you have time to fix it. You think you have time to find yourself. You don't. One day you will wake up, and your knees will ache, and your skin will be paper, and you will realize that the someday you were waiting for is gone. If you are sitting in your car right now, dreading going inside, if you are lying in bed next to someone and you feel lonelier than if you were alone, if you are reading this and your stomach is twisting because you know I am talking about you, do not ignore it. That feeling is your life trying to save you. It is not too late for you. The pen is still in your hand. You can still write a new chapter. Don't be like me. Don't be a ghost in your own life. Don't wait until you are 75 to realize that the door wasn't locked. You could have walked out at any time.
I am alone now. The silence in this house is absolute. But you still have noise. You still have chaos. You still have a chance. Please, for the love of God, don't just be nice. Don't just be comfortable. Be alive. Run toward the things that make your heart pound. Run toward the people who make you feel seen. Make the hard choice. Have the difficult conversation. Pack the bags if you have to. Just don't waste it. Do not waste this beautiful, terrifying, limited gift of time. I am 75, and I am telling you, it goes so fast. It goes so fast. Start living right now before the silence takes you too.